Hello folks, it's Chris in Arena Studio Land with another guitar lesson for you. If you want to know why and a couple of options to use one of these things, a capo, or as they say in America, a capo, then this is the video for you. Thanks for sticking around, folks. Please smash that like button on the channel and keeps you all updated with everything that's going on in Arena Studio. So capos, let's get straight to the nitty-gritty of this. Some people love them, some people hate them. There is a purpose and a place for all things in music, I think, all styles, all genres, all bits of kit, and this is one of the most important ones when you're first starting out to play the guitar. Okay, so here's an example of how I would use the capo with one of the students on a lesson in the studio. If, for an example, they're a beginner and they've learned, say, a C major chord, open shape, and an A minor, brilliant, and then we need to get an F major, and for the purpose of this video I'm going to play as a bar chord, and then the same for the G. Couple of chords that can be killers there. I mean, you should always learn your bar chords anyway, but for the purposes of this video and this tutorial, I'm going to just use those two to create the point that I'm trying to get across, okay? So if we play a 4-chord trick with a relative minor in it, like that, C, A minor, F major, G major, both bar chords. If you've been practicing a little bit, you shouldn't have a problem to be able to play those bar chords, but early days, if you're trying to learn a song with a couple of bar chords in, it can be soul destroying. So this is where this little device, the capo, comes in, or they say capo, or capo. You're going to have heard all sorts of different pronunciations. What a good word that is, of these things, but which one's right or wrong, I've no idea. So for me, if you were trying to get the student to play a C, A minor, F and a G, the F and the G major chords being bar chords, there's a simpler version of a way of doing this by changing the chord shapes to easy shapes and using the capo. Pop it onto the 5th fret and we play a G chord, which is actually now a C major, but we're playing the G major shape, okay? So then we play an E minor, which is now actually an A minor, but we're playing the E minor shape. Then we play a C, which is actually an F, but we're playing a C major shape. So what we're doing is transposing the chords by playing different shapes using this capo, and then we play a D, which actually is a G major with the capo on the 5th fret. So that gives us G, E minor, C, D, but we're actually playing C, A minor, F major, D. So I'll run around again. So memorize the tones now, because I'm going to take the capo off after this cycle. Okay, so we actually played, whoops, C, A minor, F, G. Okay, so that has transposed it into easier chord shapes for us, for beginners to learn. Most beginners I try and get to learn G, E minor, C, D in the studio for a reason, and that's one of the reasons. Get this capo. That's one of the reasons. It's to make life simple so that you can get to play a couple of songs with bar chords in without having to go through that process of learning those pesky bar chords, yeah. And I know a lot of guys who just don't even go down the bar chord route. Though I would recommend that you do at some point. It can be a little bit daunting, and it probably took me, I think, about 3 months from start to finish, which is a long ride when you're early on in your musical sort of pleasure and enjoyment of trying to learn chords, so they can drive you a little bit insane, the bar chords. So this is where this comes in with a G, E minor, C, D progression there, played with the capo on the 5th fret, has actually put the song in the key of C, A minor, F and G. So that's great, and you might think, well, that's good. I've done away with a few bar chords. Senior moment then, couldn't think. Done away with a few bar chords, but what else can we do? So say you're a singer and we're gonna play those 4 chords, G, E minor, C, D. We're gonna play them in the open position of G, E minor, C and D. Okay, so basically what we're going to be looking at now is if you're singing along to those chords, la 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 la, and it's too low, then this is where the capo comes in. Again, we can actually transpose the song by throwing the capo on wherever is a comfortable position, which you would probably have to work on vocally to find out where your voice sits, and then play the same shapes. So we've actually taken the song up. And if that's still too low, you can even go wherever you want. So you've got loads of options with the capo. It's a little bit more difficult if you want to transpose down because you've got to change your shapes again. But I'll try and cover that in another lesson. I'm trying to keep them not too long and not too short for you. But the other reason why I use a capo, and I would normally play the bar chords if I'm recording a track for anybody, which I'm just starting today, a new track for a client. So I'll be throwing some acoustic guitar down as I put the fundamentals of the song. This is how I would use the capo. If we go back to the original chord progression of the C, A minor and G, I would track one set of takes like that, maybe 2 takes using those chords, and then the other 2, which I would probably pan the opposite side of the stereo field, would be those. So again, it's the C, A minor, F and G. So then blended together, or just split on the stereo field for all you guys that are into your recording and your music production, then that gives us the chords with different voicings. Literally, there's your C, and then this is your open standard chord. So for me, it just helps to fill that stereo field, and it gives me a really big acoustic guitar sound as well. So there's 2 or 3 little options on how you can use a capo, and hopefully it makes it a little bit more clearer for you to understand the benefits of a capo, where you move those shapes around and do away with a few bar chords in the early stages of learning your guitar career, okay? And I was struggling to get that last phrase out then because it's just not working. Brain and mouth are not coordinated, as is normally the case with me. So it's always a pleasure to do the tuition for you. For me, Chris, thanks for watching this lesson on how to use a capo in its basic forms, and hopefully it'll open a few doors for you and unlock the opportunity to play some of the songs that you were struggling and you avoided because they had the bar chords on. So thanks for watching, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next week with another lesson.